The world needs all the good that you can do. If you've dreamt it, if you've felt it, if you've longed for freedom, entrepreneurship, you're in the right place. You need to find your tribe. I hope that you will consider the Beyond the Business podcast to be part of that for you.
Welcome to Beyond the Business Plan. I'm LeAnn Lyon, your guide on this journey to success. We will explore the inspiring stories of visionary leaders and groundbreaking entrepreneurs and unveil the tools and strategies that can empower you to manage your business from anywhere in the world. Join me, LeAnn, as we learn, laugh, and take the leap towards unleashing your joyful business journey. And let's make it happen now.
I want to begin this first season, first episode, with just a gigantic thank you and appreciation. You're here, and it means so much to me. If you're listening on a podcast, I want to let you know we are also recording and putting this up on YouTube, so you're welcome to come on over and check that out. Then you can see the cute little jacket I'm wearing. But I just really cannot express to you how much it means to me that you're here, that you're listening. This is the first day, the first episode. And I'll tell you what, I've recorded the second episode, the third episode, the fifth and the sixth, the eighth and the ninth. Funny thing, I'm missing a few numbers in there. And that's because I've been doing this for a few years, and I've really enjoyed doing the interviews that I've had the privilege of doing over the last couple of years on a different podcast with a different name. And now we're starting new. So this is truly a rebrand, and yet we're diving into the same inspiring stories that I really came to love and appreciate. And who am I doing this for? I'm doing it for you. If you've ever felt that longing, that calling, that deep desire to do something different or more, or you just know it would be on your path to run a business, to own a business, or maybe have a little bit more freedom, be able to stay home and work from home, or take care of children or grandchildren, or maybe travel the world and do your business from wherever you're at. That's the type of people that I'm talking to. And what percentage are you? Not a small percentage. 41% of American adults dream of owning a business of some sort. Maybe you've invented the coolest hack, the coolest trick, and you think, there's got to be a way to make some money from this. Maybe there is. Maybe you're in network marketing. Oh, that is amazing. And really, it's where a lot of great entrepreneurs got their start. Not to mention, there's a few really great entrepreneurs, some of them I've already interviewed, that will be coming on this show as well. But is this show about network marketing? Oh no, this can be for you if you're in real estate or thinking about real estate. If you've thought about any form of business where truly you are your own boss. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is LeAnn Lyon. I was not going to take the last name Lyon, but who could resist? I mean, that's a pretty cool name. I was a very proud Swedish girl that grew up, Swedish heritage girl who grew up in Minnesota with a great Swedish last name. And I was all that until about 30 years ago, I met this incredible guy with the last name Lyon, and we're still together. So here we are, 30 years later, grown children, planning to travel the world on a boat. We have a 7,000-mile trip planned. And I plan to do this podcast from the boat. I will be doing this very authentically. I will stumble over my words. I will just be me. And I've learned a few things over the years. Because when I left teaching, I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. When I left teaching, at first I thought, well, I can go back to teaching, but I really found myself in sales and realizing, any sales job, any outside sales job especially, you really are running your own business. And from sales, eventually I got into just starting my own businesses, doing some consulting. And then eventually my husband and I took over a manufacturing company. And we had our challenges there. You'll hear about these things, as you listen to my shows upcoming. Like I said, I've already recorded a lot of them. And I tell my stories along with the stories of my guests. And now here I am, helping others follow their dreams. And that's what this is all about. But really, even in sales, that gave me the first taste of, wow, you know what? It's 1 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon, and I have a break. I can go get my nails done. And I didn't have anybody breathing down my neck as long as I was hitting my numbers, which, by the way, I always was. In fact, on YouTube, you can see behind me, I've got a couple of things of crystal. Right here, I'm pointing to a globe. That came from this thing called the Yellow Book, Yellow Pages. If you know what that is, put a comment, put Yellow Book in the comments, and I would love to see that. A lot of people these days don't really know what they were, but it was a yellow page. It was a book of yellow pages, but it was a phone book. It was a phone book with yellow pages, and they were ads for businesses. And that's where I truly fell in love with business. It was that opportunity to talk with business owners face to face and find out what their dreams were, and in the moment even sketch out, like, who do you want to reach, how do you want to reach them. Now, Yellow Book trained me on all of this. They told me the questions to ask, but it was really just I fell in love with talking with business owners right then, right there, and it sent me to the top of the company. So that little gift that is behind me is for reaching the top 1% of all Yellow Page ad sales. Uh, let's just say back in the day, a couple decades ago. And what have I done since then? Well, I've gone on to other things. Next to it on the screen, you'll see this beautiful eagle. It's a little out of focus behind me, I realize. We'll, keep the focus where it belongs. There's another eagle back there. And that came from an organization I'm still with today, a network marketing organization by the name of Organo. And I love them because, well, let's just face it, I love coffee and I'm not alone. But switching to that made a huge difference in my health and my vitality and my life, and I'll never leave. So I have lots of different types of experience, from manufacturing to network marketing to sales for other companies. I got trained with John Maxwell, certified. I've been through pretty much everything that Tony Robbins has ever done and more. I completed his Life University up above my head. You can actually see my certificate from that. And then I went on to actually learn some of the more in-depth techniques that Tony Robbins has taught in the past, and just benefited from this. I have taught, oh, so many things. Just it's been a ride. It's been a blessing. And the best part of it is that for the most part, I was self-employed. And therefore, when my kids needed me to drop everything and run to them, I could. And when my kids had a bad day at school, I could take them for a drive. And even recently, even though my kids are grown, I'm able to just make a plan. If they need me, I can be there. And I'm getting a little choked up thinking about this, because that is truly, for me, the biggest and best opportunity imaginable. I'm playing with my glasses. Any of you listening to the podcast again right now, I mean, my glasses and my jacket, they match. That's also one of my dreams, is to have all sorts of matching jackets with my glasses. So anyway, um, yeah. So what is the show for? It's for those other people who either dream of having their own business. Again, it doesn't matter what kind of business. You can work for somebody else. You can be part of a brokerage. You can be a sales rep. You can start your own consulting business. You can coach. You can teach people how to crochet. Whatever it is, there is a way for you to become independent. There is a way for you to share your joy, your passion, your personality in what you do. And if you ever think, well, but somebody else is doing it already, it doesn't matter. They are not you. It just doesn't matter. I could, do you know the number of people who have real estate licenses in the United States, including me? Well, at least at the moment. It's huge. It's so, so many people. So how can they all make money? Well, they don't, first of all. Not everybody does because not everybody sticks with it. Not everybody stays in it. But even if you and your five closest friends are all in real estate, trust me, there's enough types of real estate to go around. And so find your joy. Let's say you love real estate, but you could be a seller agent. You could be a buyer agent. You can do commercial real estate. You could specialize in farmland. You can specialize in condominiums. There's so many ways that you can do just real estate. And that's only one of so, so, so many options in the world. You can start an online store. You can start, like I said, a network marketing company. You could go and become a travel agent. Oh, wait, I have my travel agent certification as well because I just love business. But you know what else I like? I like being able to sell my own house and make the commissions. I like going on vacation and making the commissions. You hear what I'm saying? I like buying my own coffee at a discount, helping other people buy coffee that's better for them and mold free, let me add, and making a difference. Oh, and being paid for it. So, if this is at all is calling to you, you might be in that 41% of American adults that says, I want to own a business. Now, here's the other sobering fact. Only 6 to 9% of American adults have their own business to the point that they are self-employed. Many, many, many people have a side hustle. Many, many people, hundreds of millions of people worldwide have a network marketing business. But to actually be completely self-sufficient, that's a different thing. In network marketing, I'll tell you, it's the top 3 to 5% that are making the money. In fact, I believe if you make more than $500 a month, might be a little less, you're in the top 3% of network marketers. In fact, 70% of network marketers never make a single sale. They never invite a single person into their network marketing company. So if you have been there, if you're part of that 70%, but you still have the desire for something more, you're in the right place. We would love to talk with you. Joy Minder Solutions is the name of my company. We will dive into some of the tools. I call them the trusted tools, the curated connections, and a lot of business ideas that can help you get started, including marketing ideas, a lot of AI, and more, and lifestyle things too, because it's not all about business. It is about staying healthy and doing the things you love, maybe learning how to have your own travel agency, and I can help guide you in those areas as well. So, what's coming up? I have all the episodes laid out for the next month or two. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have at least 2 months of content. So you're not getting rid of me anytime soon. We're planning to release 2 a week, at least for a while. In fact, today, the day I'm releasing this, I'm releasing 3 more episodes all at the same time. So you got 4 to start with. I'll release another tomorrow. on Wednesday. So 6 a.m. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Wednesday, 36 hours later, another one. And then every week, 6 a.m. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Wednesday, we will be releasing new episodes. And many of my episodes are interviewing incredible entrepreneurs. In fact, just the other two of the episodes coming up today, when you're listening to this, are two fabulous women I've just thoroughly enjoyed listening, interviewing and talking to and getting their insights on their journeys of entrepreneurship. And that's my focus, talking with existing entrepreneurs, saying, what do you love? What surprised you? And what advice do you have to other aspiring entrepreneurs? So lots of actionable advice that you're going to get from them and from me. I do know what I'm talking about. So let me tell you a little bit about that teacher story because this is where I came from. I grew up with wonderful parents. They were not entrepreneurial, though. They loved the fact that they went to work, they came home from work, and they didn't have to do homework. And yet they encouraged me to become a teacher, which made a lot of sense because as a child, that's what I played. I would make worksheets. Do you remember those worksheets that you did in maybe elementary school? They were like a timed test. Maybe you didn't do this. Maybe my gray hair is showing a little bit. But it was like a timed test, and they would see how many addition problems you could get through in a minute or subtraction problems. I would hand write out a worksheet like that. We didn't have copy machines. And so I would hand write these out and then I would give them to my sister and friends and I would play teacher and I would do, I mean, this is how crazy I was, but I loved teaching and I played school. That's one of the things I enjoyed. Many other childhood things I did, like sales, that I'll tell you about another time. So when my parents said, you should really go to school and become a teacher, it's a great job. You get the summers off, you get a pension. They're not wrong. And I did. I got my teaching degree. In fact, I taught for 5 years and I loved teaching. They were right. I love teaching. My first year, I did teach in a high school at an alternative school right here in Minneapolis. The next 4 years, I was in a middle school. Loved it. First, working as a sixth grade assistant as well as a seventh grade math teacher, and then full time math teaching for the last 3 years. So, seventh grade math teacher, absolutely amazing. Loved working with the kids. And then there was the rest of what teaching was, the parent teacher conferences, correcting homework all weekend long. But the worst of it all was that I had a classroom those last 3 years on the inside of the school with no window. And let me tell you again, I live in Minnesota. In the winter in Minnesota, the sun doesn't come up until after we got locked into the school. And the sun went down before we got out, which essentially meant for a couple of months a year, I did not see the sun Monday through Friday. And that gets to you after a little while. And so when I had the freedom, when I was able to leave teaching temporarily, I thought, when our oldest daughter was born, I thought, well, I'll go back to it. But I loved the freedom. I loved, quite frankly, getting a little more vitamin D in my life. And I got a lot healthier as well. So I just never ended up going back to the schools. But you can take the teacher out of the schools, but maybe you can't take the school out of the teacher. And so here I am. And it is my privilege and joy to launch the Beyond the Business Plan show and podcast. So we'll have fun here. We'll build community here. I would love to have engagement here. Leave me a message. I have a message line, a business line. You can leave a voicemail at 612-440 0580. Go ahead and leave a message there. And at the end of the message, say, I give you permission to share my message. And you never know, you may hear your voice on my show coming up in future episodes. And that would be fun. I'd love to hear what you love about the show. If you got an inspiring idea, if you heard something that somebody shared that you just thought was fire, we'd love to hear it. If you disagree with something, go ahead. We might not air it, but I'd certainly love to hear it. And then let's build some community. Join me at leannlyon.com. I'll spell my name for those of you listening because, Leanne can be spelled like 15 different ways, but my way is 5 letters, Leann. My last name, super cool, Lyon, Lyon, spelled like a city in France, apparently, but with a Y instead of an I, pronounced like the animal, leannlyon.com. And from there, you can get all sorts of places. You can find out other things that I'm up to, other products that I support, other things going on, like how to get to Joyminder Solutions and find out about that. Love to have you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go over and find me on Joyminder Solutions on YouTube. I will be kicking off some other social media as we go along. And basically, I'm here for you. So we'd love to have you be here. I'm going to just, I want to hear what you want to hear and make this the show that supports you, your goals, and your dreams. I'm going to end here for now with a little bit of encouragement. And as we go through, I'll be sharing books that I love. I love, love, love sharing quotes. So if you put in any comments, you type in the word quotes, I will invite you to my private quote group. I'm actually launching an app about it. So that'll be coming out soon where you can get inspirational quotes at your fingertips, all beautifully designed. And I'm going to share one of my absolute favorites to wrap up this inaugural episode of Beyond the Business Plan. So here we go. This is from Janice Stanfield. She wrote, I cannot do all the good that the world needs, period. But the world needs all the good that I can do. And the world needs that of you too. So her quote is, I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. And I, LeAnn Lyon, am going to add on to that, and that includes you. The world needs all the good that you can do. If you've dreamt it, if you've felt it, if you've longed for freedom, entrepreneurship, you're in the right place. You need to find your tribe. I hope that you will consider the Beyond the Business podcast to be part of that for you. And go ahead, we've got more episodes ready for you to listen to right away. By the end of tomorrow, there will be 5 episodes total for you to get your teeth into. And next week, we will start launching 2 per week. Make sure you come on over to beyondthebusinessplan.show. That's a real URL, beyondthebusinessplan.show. And from there, you can subscribe. So we will send out email reminders and updates, tell you what the upcoming shows are going to be all about. And we would love to hear from you. So with that, I'm going to wrap up. And I want to thank you again, my beautiful, amazing, talented, inspired audience. You are lovely, and I want to just thank you for being here. A little, a little teary. This is so exciting. And I'll tell you what, this took a little bit for me to finish this episode. I think there's so much that I put into planning this, dreaming about this. Sometimes it's hard to get started on what you want, even when you want it as much as I've wanted this. If you want something this much, and I've been able to take my first step, you can take your first step too. So thank you for joining me on this show, Beyond the Business Plan, to unleash your joyful business potential. And remember, entrepreneurship is a voyage that we can take together. Remember that 7,000-mile boat trip I want to take. So find your tribe for your journey. And please, please give us a like or subscribe or whatever you do on your favorite podcast or video platform. And to help this launch, I would appreciate any shares. If you've heard anything, even in this episode or in the next two where I'm interviewing incredible entrepreneurs, please share those. Comment, like, anything you can do like that will help more people hear this message. Help us reach that 41% that's longing for something more in their life. And then keep shining and aligning with your purpose and with Joyminder Solutions. Until then, come on back every week for our new inspiring episodes. And until that time, I am LeAnn Lyon, your Chief Joy Officer, because you get to name yourself when it's your company. And I'm signing off right now. Keep spreading the joy. Keep leading with heart. And I will catch you on the next wave of success.
Thank you all for joining us today on Beyond the Business Plan. It's been a joy and a privilege to share this space with you. For more inspiring stories, tools, and actionable insights, make sure to follow us on your favorite video platform. Visit my website, leannlyon.com, and keep leading with heart. And I'll catch you on the next wave of success. Hey, sales setters, are you ready to jumpstart your entrepreneurial journey or give your business a powerful refresh? Join us at the next and Restart Your Business Summit, where you'll discover the tools, strategies, and inspiration you need to thrive. Learn more at joyminder.com. That's JOYMINDER.com, and look for the Restart Your Business Summit icon. Don't miss out. Your future business awaits. Thank you all for joining us today on Beyond the Business Plan. It's been a joy and a privilege to share this space with you. For more inspiring stories, tools, and actionable insights, make sure to follow us on your favorite video platform. Visit my website, leannlyon.com, and keep leading with heart. And I'll catch you on the next wave of success.